Good morning, students. Today we will try to understand the factors affecting friction. The magnitude of friction depends on, when I say magnitude, the amount of force of friction depends on the nature of the surface in contact, whether the surface is smooth or rough. If the surface is smooth, then the friction is less. If the surface is rough, then the friction is more. Even the shape also has an important role in determining the frictional force. Weight of the body, even weight of the body is an important factor that is affecting friction. What is easier, pushing a box on a cemented floor or a grass in a ground? See, it will definitely be the cemented floor. When compared to the grass, cemented floor is comparatively smoother. It has got a smoother finish, so it will be easier to drag a box onto the cemented floor than on a grass. Next, what is easier, pushing a heavy box or a lighter box on over the same surface? See, definitely the weight has got an important role to play in friction. So here the lightweighted box will be easier to pull on a surface, on a grass surface, when compared to the heavy box. So this is how, by these two examples, we can find out the nature of the surface as well as the weight of the body has very important role in determining the friction. Activity 2. For this you need wooden block, nylon wire, table, pulley and weights. So look at this particular diagram. There is this table. One end of the table we have kept the wooden block, and nylon thread is tied to the wooden block and it is passed over a pulley. This is a pulley, and the free end of the pulley, it is attached to a weight. So there's a table and a wooden block is kept over there. One end of the nylon wire is tied to the wooden block and the other end is passed over onto the pulley, and finally it is attached onto the weight. Now the question arises, does the block move? If we add more and more weight, then finally definitely the block starts moving. It is overcoming the force of friction. That's why it is moving. The weight on the nylon wire running over the pulley pulls the block horizontally along the track. So friction opposes this movement. So over here we see, when you are constantly adding weight on the nylon wire, the block will automatically start moving. Okay, now it will oppose the force of friction and then it will start moving. More the frictional force, more weight needs to be added so that the wooden block can move, so that it can oppose the force of friction. The weight is increased until the wooden block just starts to move. The movement happens when pull of weight just overcomes the frictional force. Such a force is called limiting force. Now what is limiting force? See, it is a movement that happens when pull of weight just overcomes a frictional force. So the weight is overcoming this frictional force. That particular point is known as limiting friction. This apparatus can be used to test different factors that affect friction. What happens when sandpaper is placed under the wooden block? Sandpaper is usually rough in nature and it is usually used for polishing the rough edges. So over here sandpaper offers more friction, so additional weights need to be added so that the block can be pulled. What happens when a bigger block is used? So when you use a bigger wooden block, again you need to add more weight so that it can overcome the force of friction. So we know frictional force depends upon the surface and also the weight of the body. Sandpaper was an example to show friction depends on the surface of an object, and also the second one, what happens when a bigger block is used, that determines the weight of the body. That gives an example that weight of the body also plays a very important factor in affecting frictional force. What are the various methods of reducing friction? One is oiling. Sliding friction can be reduced by making the surface slide over each other. Now there are two surfaces. Now you want one surface to slide over the other. So it can be done by oiling. Okay, especially in machineries, oiling is done on mechanical parts so that friction is avoided, and oiling the mechanical parts is known as lubrication. And friction can also be reduced by polishing, making the surface smooth. Streamlining. Object flowing in water exhibits fluid friction. Aeroplane, ships, aircraft, they are all streamlined. Streamline means it is boat shape, or it is narrow in front and broad at the back. This is streamline shape. Such kind of a shape offer least resistance. Using anti-friction alloys. Okay. Now anti-friction alloys also reduces friction. Steel slides on steel. Then what happens? Because of friction there is wear and tear. So if anti-friction is alloy is used, then they won't be wear and tear. Friction between moving parts is reduced by lining the moving parts with alloy. So the parts in a machine, parts that are moving, if you line it with the anti-friction alloy, okay, then the friction or the wear and tear will be reduced. Using air cushion. Friction can be reduced by maintaining a thin cushion of compressed air between solid surface and relative motion. So hovercraft, you have a picture of it in your textbook. Now it has got a layer. It has got a layer of compressed air. Okay, and this layer, this cushion, this air cushion is in contact with the surface. Now the hovercraft can work even on land as well as water. So this reduces friction when there is a thin compressed layer of air between the solid surface in motion. So that time also friction is reduced. Using ball bearing. Ball bearings are spherical materials, okay, that are used to reduce friction between moving surfaces of a machine. Just like when marbles are used. Suppose there is a surface, and on that surface you spread a marble. What happens when you try to walk on it? You skid. Why? Because those marbles are reducing the friction. Okay, the marbles are reducing the friction over there. Same thing over here. Ball bearings are spherical structure, and they are reducing the friction between the moving surface of a machine. Methods of increasing friction. Now we saw methods of decreasing friction. Treading of tires. It means grooves on the tires. Tires of vehicles have grooves on their surface to increase friction. Synthetic rubber is used in the manufacture of such tires because of its large coefficient of friction with the road. Now what do I mean by this? Now what is this coefficient of friction? Coefficient of friction is an indicator. It tells us whether a particular substance is rough or smooth, and based on which we can use it accordingly, which can be used accordingly. So synthetic rubber, because of coefficient of friction, we are able to figure out that synthetic rubber can be used in the tires because it is increasing friction. Okay, natural rubber is not so very good. It does not bring about an increase in the friction, but synthetic rubber, they are very good. And it helps us to get a better grip when compared to the natural rubber. So how are we able to determine? It is because of coefficient of friction. So coefficient of friction is an indicator that helps us to determine whether a particular substance is whether the particular substance is good or not when it comes to increasing friction. Sanding sand is thrown on tracks covered with snow. So usually because of snow there is skidding that can happen. So sand is thrown on tracks to reduce the friction. Shoes are provided with spikes. For cleaning floors, hard brushes are used to increase the efficiency of rubbing. Sides of matchboxes are very rough because of friction, we see that the heat is being generated. Advantages of friction: it helps us in walking. Wet floor, if there is water we slip, so water, talcum powder, all these things are reducing the friction. Friction helps you to write. Friction produces heat. Wood can be cut because of friction between the axe and the wood. Friction helps us to do small jobs like opening lids of bottle or caps of pen. These are only few advantages. There are many more advantages you can think of. Disadvantages: parts of machine which touch each other wear out due to continuous friction. Suppose if there are no ball bearings, if there is no oiling done, there will be wear and tear of the machine parts. When you wear the same pair of shoes for a few months, their soles wear out. Why? It's because of friction. Engines of cars and other machinery become hot after running for some time. Again, it is because of friction. Moving objects need to overcome friction and they lose some energy. So, whenever a moving object is overcoming friction, some amount of energy is lost. So, that is a wastage of energy. So, that is a disadvantages of friction.